Now, these are all some amazing athletes, but we had one kid who did a little bit extra today. So introduce us to our player of the game.
Right here from the 29,
Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi Pro Live, and I'm back again. Another special edition of Semi Pro Live. This time we're going to have our good friends over at the Big 12 on as our special guest. Tonight is the Big 12 Awards. We already got those Heisman's out, so it's time to get the rest of the hardware out. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. But before we get started, I just want to thank the people over at the Big 12 for the opportunity to do this for them. And appreciate all the parents for tuning in. Now, without further ado and get started, we'll start off with our first group of awards on the night. Now, the first group of award is going to go for the men who volunteer their time. People who take time out of their day to spend time with kids that don't belong to them. And me, as one of the parents, am so appreciative. So we're going to start off with the Eddie Robinson Coach of the Year Award. So we're going to start with 12U. The 12U Eddie Robinson Coach of the Year is going to go for 12U is going to go to Ears Dwayne Guyton of the Crimson Tide. Now, Ears is a coach that I personally know, man. Played football with him for years back in our semi-pro days, man. And I've really enjoyed watching him mature as a coach and just as a person, man. I see the effects that these kids and this environment has had on them, and I wish him the best of luck as he helps those young men transition into their 13U year. But without further ado, we're going to move on to the 10U division. Now, the 10U division was a very competitive division this year in the Big 12 with the Cardinals, NDU, and the Crimson Tide all in the mix. But the head coach of the year award will go to Dub G2. It doesn't roll off the tongue like Dub G3. He did a great job with that Crimson Tide team. A little known fact, he only had about 3 or 4 players return onto that team. And despite not having the athletes come back from the year before, was still able to get a Big 12 championship and make it all the way to Pinnacle to compete for a national championship. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and move on to the 9U division. And there was a coming out party on the 9U division in the Big 12, and that really was Tim Jones and the Chaps. He will be the winner of 9U. If you've been watching 9U football in the Big 12, it kind of was no debate on who had the best turnaround and who had done the best coaching job on that level. Now we're going to move on to our next coach. It's going to be the coach of the 8U division, and this was a very deep division, a lot of good coaches, but NDU's Coach Garrett is going to come away with the prize. Ending up in almost ending with a championship game. I think they got stopped just short, but he did a great job with those kids. I wish him the best of luck. Now we're going to move down to the 7U division, and the 7U division was very competitive. We're going to have Coach Hodge of NDU taking home their second Coach of the Year award back to back. They were able to capture that Coach of the Year award on the 8U level and the 7U level. So great things on the horizon for those groups of coaches over there at that proud NDU organization. Now, let's move on to a coaching group that I'm kind of familiar with, the 6U group. Personally, to me, this is the same class that my very own son plays on. And the coach of the year for the 6U group is going to go to the Big 12 champion coach of the Crimson Tide, Paco Mendez. Round of applause for Coach Paco, man. A high-level coach, a good guy, and I couldn't see anyone more deserving on that 6U level. But without further ado, it's the baby division, man. Now, this 5U division was probably one of the most exciting 5U divisions in all of youth football. First, you got a lot of these kids playing Friday Night Lights, so we got to see them on Wednesdays and Saturdays with the Big 12 and with the Wednesday Night League. So that was my pleasure. So on this group, man, a lot of high quality coaches. The reason I say high quality coaches, they're working with the youngest kids and the kids that have probably the shortest attention span. So without further ado, we're going to get to that person. The 2021 5U Coach of the Year. It's going to go after a dude who I happily name the man in the red Kango, Coach Fat. Cardinals. Hey, what I like about Coach Fats is even when we're giving him an award, they still wouldn't give us his government name. Coach Fats, shout out to my guy, man. I love the way he works with those kids, man. And he had them little 5-year-olds over at the Dallas Cardinals. That team is full of dogs, man. A great coaching staff over there. Shout out to that whole org and congratulations to Coach Fats, man. And without further ado, that will conclude our coaching portion. And on to my favorite portion, the stars of the show, the athletes, the ones who make this thing go. So, since we're going to move over to athletes, if we're going to talk about athletes, we got to start off with the most athletes of all the athletes. We're going to start off with the big boys. Lyman going first. It's semi-pro live. You know how we get down. Lyman love. It's all big boys over here. Just because I'm slimming down to an extra large doesn't mean I don't know big man love. But anyway, let's get to the business at hand. This is going to be for the Outland Award. I wasn't a good enough lineman to even know which one was the Lineman Award. So we got the Outland Award going to go first. So we're going to start off a little bit different than we did the first division. We're going to start off with the youngest and then finish with our older division. So with the 5U Lineman of the Year, the youngest big boy is going to be Colin Harden of the DFW. And this is a kid I got to see with the Big 12 and Wednesday Night Lights. He's a dog, a very physical lineman. He knows how to drive, and he stays on his man. He's off to a great start as far as a young lineman, and I'm excited to see how this young man develops over the years. So, Colin Harden, congratulations. We're going to move on to the next lineman, the 6U group, big boys up front. Now, what's funny is this kid right here had no business playing 7U flag. He playing 6U flag. He had all the skills, all the capabilities to be a very dominant 6U athlete with pads on. He's going to have his first year with pads on this year, but this one's going to the Dallas Cardinals' own Devin Green. Man, this big boy is thorough with the pancakes, man. Congratulations, Green. And can't wait to you. Now, let's get on over to our 7U lineman, my very own son's division. Now, this one is going to be a very competitive group of kids, but it's going to go home with the Big 12 champions. This award is going to Dyson Barber of the 7U Crimson Tide. He is the Outland. Let me get this off my iPad, man. All right, sorry about that, folks. So we're going to move on to the next award. Our next award is going to go to the 8U level. Now, there's a lot of competitive linemen, but this group comes to my hometown. The group over from down the street, over in Ulysses' very own, their home field is Trinity High School, but this one's going to go to Antonio Vittel. He's going to be the 8U Lineman of the Year, a member of the Fort Worth Flex. And without further ado, we'll move on to 9U. 9U, a very competitive division. The Tarrant County boys represented well here, as the 9U Lineman of the Year is going to be Trey of the Metroplex Flex. A very physical organization and a great tradition of linemen coming out of that Euless Trinity area. So these kids are some of the next Euless Trojans that you're going to see up on the map, and big congratulations to them and that whole organization over there. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the 10U division. Now, the 10U division was a competitive division. You had Crimson Tide coming in there. You had the Dallas Cardinals shocking a lot of teams. They were the ones really that popped on the map and shook things up this year. And then you had NDU that was just competitive in every game and stuck around to the very end. But in this 10U lineman division, the Crimson Tide will take home the award with Jace King, number Chase King of the Crimson, Chase King of the Dallas Cardinals taking home the Outland Award. So congratulations to Chase, a great young man, and he's one of those linemen. It was trenches, man. So congratulations. Exciting to see what you're going to do on the next level up. But we saved one of the best kids for last. Now, this 12U division was very competitive. It came down to NDU and Crimson Tide. They were tied the entire season. Same record all the way into the playoffs. And they ended up meeting in the championship game. But the linemen really are what set the tone in that championship game to tilt the balance. And Crimson Tide's very own Rowan Shelby will be taking home the 12U. So congratulations to all of our big men, the linemen. None of these other positions that are going to happen after this, none of them can do what they're supposed to do without the big men up front. So congratulations to all our award winners. Congratulations to all the people who were nominated. If your coach lets you know you were nominated, keep working. We'll see you over in this winner circle next year. But without further ado, we're going to move on to our next group of winners on the night. It's time for the Buckus Award. So we're going to have our linebackers, the hole pluggers, the kids that are running side to sideline, the ones that are not afraid of contact, man. So without further ado, we're going to start with the youngest of the division. We've got our 5U linebackers, and the 5U linebacker of the year, Dick Buckus, the winner, will be coming home to North Dallas as Mason takes home the NDU. This kid was in there mixing it up. Got to see him during Wednesday Night Lights. Saw him a lot on Saturday. And the kid wasn't afraid of contact, never afraid to stick his nose in there. He's going to be moving up to the 6U level. So we're excited to see what he's going to be able to get going. Now it's time to go to the 6U division, 6U flag division for the Big 12 award winner will go to Bryce Hall of the Fort Worth Crimson Tide. Congratulations to that young man. 6U, Bryce Hall?
Brian.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Mistake on my part. Brian Hall. And hey, Brian, we're going to be at practice together. So if you're at the next practice I'm at, I got you something for messing up your name. My bad, Brian. But that's coming home to the Fort Worth Crimson Tide. Congratulations to Brian and the whole Hall family. And without further ado, we're going to move on to the linebackers with the pads on. 7U division, a very competitive division, but the hardest hitting linebacker on the 7U division for the Big 12 last year resided in North Dallas, as North Dallas's very own Jaden Santiago will take home the Buckus Award for NDU. So congratulations, Jaden. A great job on the season and a very hard-hitting, smart kid. Can't wait to see you on 8U. So we've got the 8U linebacker. And this one, my guy, the Tuna, coached this group up, man. So I know he has a special thing for the linebacker. So Samarin, he is the 8U linebacker of the year, going home with the Fort Worth Crimson Tide. Smart kid, good at plugging holes, and he's a run-first kid. So congratulations to him. And as we move up to the 9U division, man, this is a very competitive division with Fort Worth Flex and Tim Jones going back and forth all season. But, Fort Worth Chaps, the fighting Tim Jones. But the 9U linebacker of the year is going to go home with Robert Tevy and the boys from Euless as the Metroplex Flex. Taking home the big buckets for the 9U division. Congratulations to Tevy and the family. A well-earned award. The kid really made an impact on the Big 12 League this year. And without further ado, we'll move to the 10U division, a very competitive division, a lot of hard-hitting kids. But the 10U linebacker of the year is going to be Chase Simmons of the Fort Worth Crimson Tide. Congratulations to Chase. A very highlight tape kid. He was all over the field, interceptions. He was crucial in their pass coverage sets and really the cornerstone of that Crimson Tide defense. Well, without further ado, we're going to move on to our last division as far as the linebackers. 11U linebacker of the 12U linebacker of the year, the Dick Butkus Award winner, DeMonte Nelson, NDU. Award going home with the NDU Bobcats as they are representing well tonight a very competitive 12U division, but DeMonte really separated himself with his play, especially his play in the Big 12 championship. So, I'm sorry, I'm getting a message from my producer, but we're going to go ahead and move forward on to the next division.
Break.
I'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. You're watching the Big 12 Awards powered by Semi-Pro. Now, these are all some amazing athletes, but we had one kid who did a little bit extra today, so introduce us to our players again.
Right here from the
All right.
All right, folks, this is Channing Humphrey. We are back. Well, hey, man, I want to keep everything we do interactive, so we're going to take some comments from the folks at home, man. We're going to skip with Jaquan. You want to know who was playing. Nobody's playing. It's the weekday. First comment we'll pull up. We got Crimson Tide Ears, man. His comment, who was the 12U Coach of the Year? You. You're the 12U Coach of the Year. Thanks for tuning in. But all right, well, let's see who else we got, man. Jaquan Ford, he said you too. And then we got Ears. So we got Ears again. Swear, question mark. Yes, congratulations, my friend. You're the 12U Coach of the Year. Let's see what other comments we're gonna go ahead and get. All right, we'll as comments come in, we'll get some more comments. My producer will let us know. But now that we're back from the break, man, I was able to get some water. Shout out to Niagara. Well, we're not going to shout out. Shout out to Defy Water. If you're in Kroger's, man, check out Defy Water. This would be Defy Water. Defy Water can be found at the Kroger's near you. Check it out. But anyway, man, we're going to get back to the business at hand. We got the Jim Thorpe Award coming up. This is for the DBs, man, the man on the edge, the ones that are stopping those long runs that end up being highlights on my network. We want to go ahead and give those kids some shine. So we're going to start off with the 5U division. And the 5U division was very competitive, like I said. And part of the reason those younger divisions were so competitive was that Wednesday Night Lights program that gave a lot of these 5-year-olds it was their first time playing football, they got to get those extra games in. So without further ado, a kid that I got to see a lot, one of my favorite ball carriers as well as being a defensive standout, Kyrie Isaac of NBU. You are the 5U. NBU taking home another award. These Bobcats are just having one heck of a showing. These kids really put on for the organization and the whole North Dallas area. Congratulations to him. Without further ado, we've got to get to the 6U division, a very competitive division all over the Big 12. A lot of kids could have came home with this award, but this one's heading to North Dallas as well, as Jaden Hall will take home the Jim Thorpe Award. Congratulations to young Jaden, man, a kid I enjoy watching, and I hope he keeps thriving and keeps making those same plays as he puts those pads on. Actually, he was still out there making those same plays. I got the chance to see him this weekend as he went toe-to-toe with the Fort Worth Crimson Tide. They came out on top. So we've got almost gave it away. Our 7U division, the kids with the pads on. Right now, man, this corner side, I don't know if it's that connection with the NFL, but the 7U Jim Thorpe Award is going to go to Khalil Glover, NDU, another NDU Bobcat. In a row for the Bobcats, back-to-back award winners. Congratulations to young Glover and that NDU organization. And we'll go up a level to the 8U division. Man, I don't know who's training those corners over there, but the 8U Jim Thorpe Award winner is going to go to a man who had that corner DNA, Jabril Talib, NDU. Well, I don't know who could get him better than his very own father. So congratulations to the Talib family, and hopefully this will be one in a long series of awards for that young man. But we're going to go ahead and move on without further ado to the 9U division. Or I don't know, maybe this is just an NDU award. We've got a change of pace, man. One of these was popped out by another organization. We've got Trey Desan from the Fort Worth Crimson Tide will be taking home the Jim Thorpe for the 9U level. Congratulations to Trey, man, and hope you keep thriving as you move up to the 10U division in 2022. All right, so now we're going to move up to 10U, a very competitive division. A lot of high-level passers in this division, so you can't just be anybody to win this award on the 10U level. This award's going to go home with Ellis Mason of the Fort Worth Crimson Tide, 2021 Jim Thorpe Award winner. And now we've got the big boys, the 12U division. And this one's going to go home with the Fort Worth Crimson Tide's own Darren Fulbright. Congratulations to Darren. 2021 Jim Thorpe Award winner. And that will conclude the Jim Thorpe Awards for tonight. Without further ado, we're going to move on to the wide receivers. The beautiful people, the guys outside catching the magical passes, going viral from time to time. And in the Big 12, this was a very competitive award on all levels, including 5U. We're going to start off with the youngest. 5U is still a lot of jet sweeps. These kids are some of the best ball carriers on the field. They may not all stay wide receivers, but they have the wide receiver title right now. So And wide receiver is just a name for playmaker on these levels, the lower ones. So, without further ado, the 2021 Belishnikov Award winner for the 5U division is going to be Brandon Lawson Jr. of the DF. Congratulations to Brandon, man. This kid made plays all over the field. One of the more exciting kids to play. I love watching that DFW Ravens team play, especially that that Wednesday night group. So congratulations to them and the entire org. This will be their third award of the night. And just hope he keeps striving as he moves on to the 6U division. Well, let's move on to the 6U division. A very competitive division, a lot of big name teams, a lot of big name kids, but there can only be one. And the wide receiver of the year for the 6U division is going to go to Joshua Snowden of the Metroplex Flex. Congratulations to Joshua and the Flex family. The HEB. All right, without further ado, we'll move on to the 7U division. This is the first level in Big 12 that puts the pads on. So our Belishnikov Award winner for the 7U division is going to go to a org that I got to know personally this year. One that maybe didn't have the biggest presence in the Big 12, but definitely made a splash. The wide receiver of the year for 7U is going to be Tyler McGee of the. He will be taking his trophy back to Dallas. So congratulations to Tyler McGee and that 7U division. They had a rough beginning of the season. Those kids were able to bite down on the mouthpiece. They were able to accept the coaching from their coaching staff. And despite having a rocky start, ended up finishing off the season in the semifinals. So congratulations to Tyler. The best of luck to that whole 7U team, and can't wait to see them. I believe they're coming back over to the Big 12 again, so we'll see them again this year. Now, without further ado, we're going to move up to the 8U division. There was a lot of dogs in the 8U division, but there was one dog that stood above them all. L.D. Wilkerson of NDU was going to be the Belishnikov Award winner. Congratulations to LD, man, an exciting player. Really made his impact felt all over the field, and excited to see what he's going to do on the 9U level this next year. But speaking of 9U, now this was a very competitive division, and we named off Metroplex Flex. We've talked about the Fort Worth Chaps, but one team that hasn't been on the radar for awards that will receive their first award is going to have one of the more popular players in the league, man. Landon Ellis of the D-Town Eagles is your 9U Award winner for the Big 12. Congratulations to young Landon, man, and that whole D-Town Eagles family. Landon put together a great season, leading them to a playoff appearance this year. And best of luck for him as he continues his career onto that 10U division. Well, without further ado, we'll move to that 10U division. And there's a lot of competitive teams, a lot of dogs over there on that 10U division. But Aaron Scott will be your wide receiver of the year for the Big 12. Going home to the Dallas Cardinals with that award, a very competitive team. The Dallas Cardinals was a team that surprised a lot of people. And this kid right here was a big reason for those splash and those shocking upsets that you were able to see on the way to the championship. I mean, on their journey throughout that 2021 season. Now we're gonna get on to our last group of our last group of award winners, which still is our Belishnikov, our 12U division, the oldest division in the Big 12, the big boys. And this is the division where the ball's actually being slung around. And the wide receiver position is probably the most crucial out of any division on this level. The 12U Belishnikov Award winner is going to be Javon Broussard of the Dallas Cardinals. Taking home that Balishnikov, this kid had a major impact on his team, almost leading them to the championship game. He made plays all over the field. I'm excited to see him win this award, and just really excited to see what this young man's going to do as he enters middle school and prepares for high school. Congratulations, Javon, and wish you the best of luck on the rest of your career, man. So, without further ado, we're going to move on to the Doak Walker Award. And we'll take a break after the Dope Walker roll. I feel like I'm on a pretty good roll. I'll just drink some water. Shout out to Defy Water. There wasn't a Kroger's that close to this facility. But anyways, back to the subject at hand, man. We're going to have the Doak Walker Award. Now, this award is for the running backs. And in youth football, these are the guys who impact the game, man. So we're going to start off with the 5U division. Now, the 5U division, very competitive. And this is actually the reason I always say very competitive, because this is the division of kids that I personally got to see the most. So out of any division in the Big 12, these are the kids that I got to see the most. So without further ado, the 5U, turn that down. The 5U running back of the year, Doak Walker Award winner, Mapu Robinson of the Metroplex Flex. Congratulations, a dog and a winner. I watched this kid put the team on his back in so many situations, and I can't think of a more deserving kid for this award. He means so much to that Flex organization, and I hope I get to see him make a 7U appearance in the pads, man. The kid's got size, speed, everything you would want from a running back at that level. And I don't know who is buying his gear, but shout out to Mapu's dad, because he be having that kid look like a creative player. Anyways, we'll move on, man. We've got the 6U division. The kids who spent their last year in flag, the bigger flag division over at the Big 12, man. And the 6U running back of the year is going to go to one of my son's teammates, Eli Mason of the Fort Worth Crimson Tide. Congratulations, young Eli, man. He's making the transition into the pass, but there was no question who the best running back on that 6U division was last year, as he had his way with the Big 12. We're going to move on to the 7U division, a very competitive division. It's the first level that wears pads in the Big 12, and these kids were laying the wood and making plays. But the 7U division, Doak Walker Award winner, is going to be one of my favorite players, Brandon Victoria, a.k.a. BJ. Man, the kid is smooth like butter, and he's got moves. That's all I can say. But he made plays all over the field last year, a walking highlight tape. And, I mean, if you look at all the backs on that division, it was clear who the running back of the year was. Congratulations to Brandon and the whole Victoria family. But without further ado, we will move on to the 8U division. The boys got a little bit bigger, 2 to 3 years of tackle football under their belt. Did a lot of these kids right, but there could be only one running back of the year on the 8U division, and that trophy's going home with KJ of the NDU Bobcats. Really, he's an impact player. He separated himself from a lot of the kids in the division with his size and speed. But congratulations to that young man, as he is the Doak Walker Award winner for the Big 12 on the 8U division. The first kid who's going to pull a double-double. Did he get a double-double? No, this isn't a double-double. Not a double-double. But, it is a double-double, because this kid was one of the most best-dressed kids at the actual Heisman Award. And he could have easily been the Heisman Award winner for 2021 for the Big 12. But this kid is going to be taking home the Doak Walker Award winner. And that's going to be Javon Stanback of the Elite Tech.
They win it.
Huh? Oh yeah, you think he did win the Heisman? Well, I know. The only reason I saw you nod in the background, he did win the Heisman. I think he won the Heisman. You guys can correct us down in the comments. We'll figure it out later. But either way, man, this award is about the Doak Walker. This kid is a lightning running back. Love his highlights, man. I follow him on Instagram, so definitely a kid that I'm excited to see his development and what he's going to do with a little bit more time and a little bit more size and speed. But without further ado, we're going to move on to the 10U division. There was a lot of great running backs in this division. But there was one who was dropping zombie highlight tapes every week. The man that goes by two names, Dub G3, your 10U running back of the year, Doak Walker Award winner. He's going to go home with this award trophy that he won a couple months ago from the Big 12. So he's going to pull the double-double tonight. Congratulations to the Green family, and congratulations to William as he put together a great season, well-deserving of this award. But we're going to move on to the 12U level. And on the 12U level, there was a lot of fine running backs, but this one's going to go home with the champions. And the champions of the 12U division were the Fort Worth Crimson Tide and Jeremiah Mandingo, one of my favorite names, is going to be the 12U Doak Walker winner. Congratulations to Jeremiah and the whole Crimson Tide family. And that'll wrap up our running backs on the night, man. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, recharge our batteries, get some water, and we'll be right back with the quarterbacks, the pretty boys, to round up our 2021 Big 12 Awards. We'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. These are all some amazing athletes, but we had one kid who did a little bit extra today, so introduce us to our player of the game.
Right here from the 21, drivers.
All right, folks, we are back. This is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live. You're watching the Big 12 Awards live on Semi-Pro Live. But, man, before we get into some would say, the most important position on the field, we got to talk about the people who protect the most important position on the field. Now, my guy Logan, man, Logan Tooley, L2T2 Football. Check him out on Instagram. Follow the page. Trench Wars is coming to the DFW. It's going to be the nation's premier lineman competition. And each week when Trench Wars comes, $1,500 on the line. And we're not giving it to the coaches. We're giving it to the players, man. So we're giving out cash to kids. Come to Trench Wars. Check out the flyer, man. Follow Logan. Logan will be dropping the location of Trench Wars. There's been a last-minute change in location, so follow Logan Tooley on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever social media platform that you're on, and get your kids involved. It's a great way for your kids to get high-level training from the same guy who's getting a lot of these college athletes ready for the NFL. He's over at Michael Johnson Performance in McKinney, Texas. Anytime you want to go up there and visit him, he does high-level training. But outside of that, if you're looking for a good competition for the big boys and you're looking for a way for them to, make a little bit of money over the summer, all while improving their football skills, get in contact with Trench Wars. But without further ado, we're done talking about that portion. Let's move on to the stars of the show. The last position of the night, man. We've got the quarterbacks, the pretty boys, the Davy O'Brien Award winners. So without further ado, man, we're going to start off the youngest division. A group of kids, man, like I said earlier, this is the group of kids that I got to see the most, man. I saw them twice a week, and they never failed to impress me. And on 5U, the quarterback maybe is probably more crucial than any other position until you get into those older ages of youth football, simply because you're not throwing the ball, the quarterback's doing a lot of your ball carrying. So the young field general on the 5U level who will be taking home the 5U Davy O'Brien Award, it's going to be Killer Cam of the SCB Wild Boys, man. Congratulations to Killer Cam and the whole family over there. Killer Cam, Killer Damn, he killer all of them, man. This kid was a surgeon on the field. He was fearless. And like he told me earlier, he was tackle ready, man. I think he made the switch over to the Wild Boys so he can get straight to the business. I don't think he really needed that extra year of flag. So, man, congratulations to him. Another award for the NDU Bobcats. These kids, this NDU organization is really putting the shine on their players, giving them a unique opportunity to get up here and make these awards. So big shout out to that org, but a big shout out to Killer Cam. Big night for him. Congratulations. You're the 5U 2021 Davy O'Brien Award winner. But let's move on to the 6U division. 6U division was very competitive, man, but there was a kid, he was my favorite quarterback out of all the 6U quarterbacks, man. It's a guy close to my house, man. This award is going to be going home to the Metroplex Flex. EJ Claiborne is your Davy O'Brien Award winner. Congratulations to the Claiborne family, man. That's a great kid. Always my pleasure to watch him play football. Now, we're going to move on up, man, to the next division, 7U, first division with pads over here in the Big 12. And this group right here, I always love watching them play football, this team, but this kid led this team. He's a true leader in every sense of the word. The 7U quarterback and Davy O'Brien Award winner, Zayden Henry, NDU, taking home their second quarterback award on the night. They may have, I think, if I'm not correct, they may have the lead on actual award wins. So congratulations to that NDU organization. Let's move on up, man, to the 8U division. And the kid who's isn't he a doctor's son, man? You gotta be a smart kid. Oh, he's a dentist's son. Yeah, he's a form of a doctor, man. A doctor's son gonna take home the award because you gotta have a smart kid at quarterback. And Trey Kamara fits everything. A very smart player. So big shout out to young Trey, man, the whole Kamara family. And NDU takes home their third quarterback award on the evening as they're racking up these Davy O'Brien awards. But let's move on to the 9U group. Very competitive group. You have the elite chaps in there mixing it up. You had Metroplex Flex, Dallas Cardinals, D-Town Eagles, a very competitive back and forth division, but there was a quarterback that kind of rose above all the rest. The 9U Davy O'Brien Award winner is going home with Terrius Woodward the third. The D-Town Eagles, their second award of the night, man. And Woodward, the kid could slang it. A true precision passer on the 9U level. A great example for what you want a young quarterback to be and his leadership and his vision on the field. So congratulations to him and the D-Town Eagles family. Now we're going to move on to the 10U division. Now, this kid right here, he made plays. He made his team maybe didn't have the biggest offensive line. They maybe didn't have, the most playmakers. But this kid kept his team in a lot of games, and they were fighting for a championship all the way to the end. Zaman Turner of the Dallas Cardinals, who won the 10U Davy O'Brien Award winner, and he put in work, kept his team competitive all the way to the end. And in every big time game, when he got his team together to knock off the Fort Worth Crimson Tide, when they shocked NDU at home, each one of those games was a big time throw by this kid. So congratulations, well deserved. And we'll move on to the 12U quarterback of the year, Davy O'Brien winner. This trophy could have went to a couple of kids, man. A solid kid. I believe Nelson over at NDU could have easily came home with this award, especially off his performance in the championship game. But this award can only go with one kid. Breeden Taylor of the Fort Worth Crimson Tide. On the sideline arguing with ears, man, but the kid got it done. He got that Big 12 championship, got his team over the pinnacle, and now he'll be taking home the Davy O'Brien Award. So congratulations, Taylor. Can't wait to see you on the next level. And with Taylor's award win, that will conclude our award winners tonight. While we have a second, let's see. Well, we got all the people tuning in, man. I want to thank everybody who tuned in. It was a great year in the Big 12. I want to thank the Big 12 for the amount of access they allowed us last year. So we got to see all these kids in person, man. And it's very competitive football being played over in the Big 12. Excited to see what year 2 is going to bring. This weekend, you can catch the Big 12 in action. I believe they will be they're going to be at Trinity High School again. I don't know. I haven't been booked yet. But if somebody books me, I'll know where the games are. But, it's a great organization. Congratulations to all the award winners. And excited to see what they're going to do in year 2. But as always, man, it's been our pleasure to be a part of this. And we'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. These are all some amazing athletes, but we had one kid who did a little bit extra today, so introduce us to our players again.
Right here from the 20 guard.